they're not included in the VIP, or they are?
Nope, not including VIP.
Okay.
So just I'm giving, I think some will just say there's a 300 each times five. That's 1,500 plus
Okay.
the 1,500 weekend pass, 3,000. Now, I don't know, even a coach airfare to Vegas, I think isn't a coach airfare like $500 these days around? Unless you, so add on five, so that's 3,500. Now we have to get a room in Vegas in November. That ain't less than 300 a night. So now you do that times three, 900, all these resort fees, 1,000. So if
Yep.
anyone has their calculator out, just rounding off, that's $5,000 for the weekend.
Plus clothes,
I feel
shoes.
I
Yeah.
feel like the mistake they're making is the VIP. Those add-ons should be included in the VIP because that's the whole point of the VIP. Like, what is the difference
Yeah, but you
between?
can't. Maybe they don't have the space.
I don't know.
Where are they having it? I forgot.
I think Caesars, I think, maybe.
Yeah,
And let me be very honest and clear to people that haven't gone. VIP does not mean you are having a vodka with Sutton in her hotel room. VIP does not mean you're playing a game at 3 a.m. with Tamara Judge, if that's my opinion.
right.
VIP does not mean you're painting Andy Cohen's toenails. VIP means when there's a line full of 900 people, because what happens is you wait in the line to meet Melissa Gorga, who
Right.
probably isn't going this year. Either is Teresa. And then you wait there for an hour and then your time is up. You just waited in line when you could have been getting a picture with Kyle, and now you get nothing. So with the VIP, you skip to the end of the VIP line and cut all the. I don't know how the regular people even get anything out of BravoCon
Well,
because
because if
you
you
have
stand there, they can close the line and you won't get a picture, right? They'll cut you. They'll even if you're
what?
standing in line. I heard a lot of that people would wait in line
Yes,
ever, and then the line was closed. They moved, and then they closed this, so they never even got a photo with anyone because
right. Because what
that
happens
was the
is
biggest.
like you have to make this is a BravoCon is such a game of like decision making. Like in when you go to college and you have to choose which courses for this, like it will say 9 to 10. Picture with Tamara and Emily Simpson and Gina Kirschenheiter, or listen to Kyle give her real opinion about Morgan Wade in a lecture. Now, if you wait in line for the picture with Gina Kirschenheiter and Tamara, you're in the line. No one's telling you not to be in the line. But at the
Right.
end of the hour, Tamara Judge is now expected on a most iconic Housewives platform on stage. She has to leave. All the
Right.
girls have to leave. It's 1 hour. So you could wait for 59 minutes and it's over. You just wait. Now, you would think you would be rational and be like, well, 20 minutes have gone by and I'm at the end of the line. This probably isn't going to work. But now, by the time you get to the lecture hall, there's a big guy at the door who's like, may I help you? Yeah, I'd like to hear what Kyle has to say about Morgan. Oh, this lecture is closed. All the seats are taken. Go up back. Now you've just wasted your first hour. Now it's 10 o'clock. Let's start this all over again. You could have a session with Mercedes, Gigi, and Reza, what to expect from Shaw's. Or you can get a picture with Erica Jane and Dorit, fashion icons only. That's how the whole day
But don't you
goes for
see,
three
but don't you see
days.
these people like at ChumpCon? I love ChumpCon because everybody was interacting in the hallways of the hotel. Isn't that the same thing with BravoCon? You're going to bump into them in the hotel. I did. I bumped
No,
into a bunch of them.
because you stayed there. A lot of people weren't
Oh.
staying in the same tower.
Right. Like, think of that. They're going to be so, like, Sutton,
Isolated.
and
Oh,
not everyone's going to be in the same tower. And you can, this is like the Beatles. So when you're escorted from place to place, you are with security. Yes. Everyone goes crazy. Can I have a selfie? Can I have a selfie? Portia will say,
But that's very
walk with
rare.
me. You'll hold up the phone. You'll try to get a picture with Portia. She'll smile. It'll be a little bit blurred.
I can tell. I can tell
Sure.
you one thing for all the people that want to go to BravoCon and don't think it's going to be a great success for them. Hurry up and sign up for ChumpCon because it's going to happen again in
next
next year,
year, I believe.
2026.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you, it's the most fun
it really is.
you could have and get to know the personalities that are there that you listen to, that you watch,
Mhm.
and do their toenails if you want to.
Yeah.
Have a cocktail
Yeah.
with them if you should. I mean, they can book every single one of them, even on Fan Social, and they can have that specific time with them.
Yeah.
Where at BravoCon, you're taking pictures with them for maybe 10 seconds. You walk in, you take a photo, and you leave because it's just as, like a reception line.
Yeah, but
at
what I
ChumpCon,
yeah.
we were there to make sure that they each and every single person had as much time with us as they needed to.
But what I love how ChumpCon did it is that they had all of the chumps together with the VIP and the VVIP in the cocktail hour. And we were all together, just mingling, having a drink, taking selfies, talking. That was nice. And everybody got to see everybody.
To know you. Everybody got to see you. They asked you personal questions if they wanted to.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, I love to watch you on.
Stand up, take a picture, get out. It wasn't like that.
Our boss made sure.
Thank you, Jeff.
We had to do all that. Yeah. And honestly,
I'm glad.
I don't even think he had to tell us to do it.
Yeah.
It was suggested because he picked all the people that knew that was already going to be.
Jeff cracked the whip and he said, these people spent a lot of money and they've been here. Make sure they have I'm okay with Jeff cracking the whip in that way.
But we love all of them. So how could you not?
But I also think if the BravoCon, that's one thing they really need to change. That if someone is waiting in line for an hour to get a photo, they need to get that photo. I mean, they're spending $5,000 to be there. They should get that. They should.
See if,
I'll tell you the difference.
I agree with it. Yeah.
The ones that go to BravoCon are hired to just show up for what they're paid for.
Yeah.
What we did at ChumpCon, we did anything and everything that the people needed us to do because we took pride in being there to support, number one, a friend of ours who has come so long, and the people that have supported him and us along the way to stay there. And that's a beautiful moment. A lot of the Bravo things that we were at BravoCon, and what I noticed is they were in their hotel room for 4 hours getting hair and makeup done, and then walking across the hallway to get on stage. They were in the green room for an hour to make sure they were setting up. Then as soon as they were done with stage, they went back up to the hotel room. Right. And then they spend the rest of the night doing their own thing. So they were mingling. It wasn't like they were hanging out with them. It wasn't like they had an opportunity to be able to just be in the lounge area.
Right.
We were present to everything throughout the entire time. And if we saw them at the pizza parlor and they were general admission, and we walked over to them, we took a picture with them. We hung out with them, even though we were supposed to be at a different location. So we were 1 minute late, but we wanted to make sure that even those people got.
But actually,
well, that's nice of you, because I would have been like, I love you all. But you know what? You want a picture with Patrik and Poe? Well, darling, that's what the coffee read is for. Now, the coffee read started at this price. I'm just kidding. I love my listeners. No, well, listen, there's nobody that really, it is a business. Look, it's great if you're talent because you also set up your booth. Sutton has the Sutton store. Even people with nothing to sell, Stanberry and Sergio, slap their names on T-shirts. And I mean, you can listen, if Jeff wasn't, he's also on radio. Andy, not that serious. I mean, Jeff is serious. He's a big draw. But like if Jeff wasn't trying to get back on the network,